Sanford Police Department. Line is being recorded. Sean.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy. It's Retrieveview Circle. The best address I can give you is 111 Retrieveview Circle.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Okay.
Sir, what is your name?
George.
All rise for the Honorable Samuel Ojo. Your Honor, all parties have been sworn in. This court is now in session. You may be seated.
Your Honor, this is case number 000947, the State of Florida versus George Zimmerman.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the matter of the State of Florida versus George Zimmerman. This case, as we all know, has drawn serious attention across our nation. Both the two counsels and I are here to seek justice on this matter. I will start with the state's prosecution and then on to the defense. Counsel, may we begin?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Venus Atkinson, and I unfortunately have the horrible job of relaying the incidents that occurred on a February night, a rainy night, and February 26th to be exact. The incidents that occurred was between Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. We're not quite sure of the details that occurred during the incident, but what we do know is that Trayvon Martin, unfortunately, is dead. We don't know. All we can know is that, according to that man, George Zimmerman, seated at the defense table, felt as though he had to stand his ground and shoot Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was stereotyped and profiled by George Zimmerman, who was a self-appointed neighborhood watch captain. Nothing in the bylaws of a neighborhood watch states that they carry a weapon. What we do know is that Mr. Zimmerman saw Mr. Martin from his house, and Mr. Zimmerman felt so compelled that Mr. Martin, this young man who was going to the store to get an iced tea and a bag of candy for his brother, on his way back home in the same neighborhood that Mr. Zimmerman resided in, Mr. Zimmerman compelled to call the police because he did not recognize Mr. Martin. The police dispatch told Mr. Zimmerman, let us do our job. But instead, Mr. Zimmerman left the confounds and the comforts of his home carrying a 9mm weapon and stalked and harassed Mr. Martin to the point that a scuffle ensued. Now, what was said, again, we don't know. All we can go by is what Mr. Zimmerman states, because unfortunately, Mr. Martin can't give his account of what happened. What we do know is that Mr. Zimmerman decided that he was going to shoot Mr. Martin, and that shooting resulted in Mr. Martin's death. We here in the state of Florida are pursuing second-degree murder, which carries the burden of proof as to where Zimmerman intended to kill Mr. Martin. Well, we contend that he did intend to kill Mr. Martin. Why? Why would you carry a weapon out of your house when you were safe in your home to confront someone else down the street if you did not intend to use it? So the state of Florida is pursuing a second-degree murder charge. Was he acting in self-defense? It would have been self-defense if he would have stayed in his own home on February 26, 2012. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Judge and ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I'm Shay Kennedy, attorney of George Zimmerman, and I'm here to convince you today that my client is not guilty. George Zimmerman is a 28-year-old young man who wants to serve his community. He tried to be in the police academy 3 times and was denied. So he became a neighborhood watch, labeled himself the captain, and he wanted to protect his community. His whole idea on being a neighborhood watch is my community has to be secure at all times. So, on the night of February 26, 2012, he saw a young man, Trayvon Martin, walking in the rain with a hoodie on. So he took justice in his own hands and he followed Trayvon just to make sure that he doesn't do anything suspicious. He was just following behind him. The stand your ground law gives you permission to shoot somebody and act on it if you feel threatened. So this whole time he's following him, he's just following him. He did not go up to him, he didn't do anything. He was just following him, making sure he didn't do anything wrong. Now Trayvon turned around, asked him, "What are you doing?" But he still kept following him. He wasn't doing anything. It's okay to just kind of walk the same route as somebody. It's not against the law to do that. Trayvon turned around and a scuffle began. George Zimmerman has scars and scratches from the scuffle. So he pulled out his gun and he shot Trayvon Martin. We don't know exactly what happened, but he had the right to stand his ground. Because of the law we have, stand your ground. So, second-degree murder is not what we should be here for. So, in this case, you should have a not guilty plea. Thank you.
Stand your ground law states that a person may use force in self-defense when there is a reasonable belief of a threat, with the obligation to retreat first. In some cases, a person may use deadly force in public areas without a duty to retreat. Under the legal conceptions, a person is justified in using deadly force in certain situations, and the stand your ground law will be a defense or immunity to criminal charges and civil suit. The difference between immunity and a defense is that an immunity bars suits, charges, detention, and arrest. A defense permits a plaintiff or the state to seek civil damages or a criminal conviction. The Stand Your Ground law was passed in 2005 for people to protect themselves if anyone came into their homes or into public street trying to harm them. The legislator who passed the Stand Your Ground law said it does not apply to the Martin case because how can an armed neighborhood watchman be threatened by a teen walking with Skittles? 911 calls confirmed that Zimmerman was pursuing Martin. State Representative Dennis Backley, who sponsored the law in 2005, said there is nothing in the law that authorizes you to pursue and confront. The law should not apply because there is nothing in the law that says pursue and stand your ground.
My name is Kenneth Powell.
Venus Atkinson.
Samuel Ojo.
Lachey Kennedy.
Tanisha Johnson. And my name is Kyla Neal, and we are Group 4, and this is our video on the Trayvon Martin case.